Well, I think we might be live soon, if not shortly. Check our streaming status of YouTube. Yeah, we're live. Sweet. All right. This is going to be sort of an unscripted broadcast. I just wanted to go over some thoughts about MeidasTouch. And overall, I don't disagree with them bringing light to issues. However, they advertise themselves as a news network of sorts when they're really a pack. And I don't mind them using sponsorships to pay for their operational costs because it's not free. But the problem is that as they amass a large number of subscribers, people are going to trust them. And those people are going to trust them to vet the sponsors they take. I was disappointed to see that they took on a product called Lomi. If you look in the links below, if you look for Thunderfoot on YouTube, he's done a fantastic job of debunking the scientific fallacy of Lomi, in where it really is just a glorified or stripped down bread maker is essentially what it is. And there is associated subscription fees associated with it where the buyer is not exactly told about them. And if you go through the reviews of Lomi on Amazon or other various places, it's very clear that the product is not built to an exacting standard. Let's go through this. The Lomi reviews on Amazon, right? If you go Google that or, dig up those reviews, there's a large number of reviews that say that, the product is just garbage, right? And I could forgive MeidasTouch for not being aware of some of this stuff, but after the first time they aired their sponsorship, a lot of people in that video pointed out that they're advertising a garbage product. And the people may not be aware that it is not exactly something that you really want to be endorsing. So begging the question of, all right, what's the deal, right? There's another site called Reviewopedia, or I'm sorry, let me get the name here. Reviewopedia. Thunderfoot also covered that. And the nice thing about an independent review site is, unlike Amazon or reviews supposedly on the Lomi site itself, which are very clearly censored, people are more willing to be a bit more honest with what the reviews are. So you can go through in the review, and again, this is linked in the derpity derp below, about how awful the product is. And there are other products that are do live up to the name, that aren't so wonderful, but at least they deliver on promises. And the Lomi product seems to not only be anti-eco but also poorly built. Hard to clean. Does it work? Learn from my stupidity. I went and commented multiple times on their videos. trying to call out the damage that this product is doing to the MeidasTouch reputation. And they fail to really pay attention, right? You know, they in fact, some comments remained up, which is kind of curious whether they figured no one would notice or whatnot. Others were systematically deleted. Bruce, I think, makes a very good point. You know, when you're pimping garbage, how can you take MeidasTouch seriously? It hurts the brand. And when you advertise garbage, I mean, come on. A lot of my comments were deleted. And frankly, speaking of fostering community growth and discussion, MeidasTouch, for you to build a network of people who support you, you have to take your criticism as well. And this is constructive criticism when you're advertising a product that is a scam, it's garbage. And instead of stepping back and say, wait a minute here, we did something bad, we advertised something that's wrong. Let's take a step back and pause this and see what's going on. Instead, the reaction is just to simply delete and ignore. That's what Fox News does. You know, the people you criticize all the time, that's what they do. So is this where you want to be? Is the same as Fox? I would strongly encourage you to heed this warning. It is hurting your brand. And it will continue to do so. And the Lomi won't be the other one. By the way, disclaimer, I should notice, I do not own a Lomi, or however you pronounce that stupid name. Nor do I have any direct experience with it. All my thoughts about this product are based on reviews as well as Thunderfoot's, excuse me, discussion about it. But also, there's a fair amount of evidence of how you can do composting ethically and responsibly. Let's get to that. If you want to make the argument of, well, it does something that, you know, is useful for the average household, sure, composting is a thing that happens all the time. Let me get the title. Let's see here. Stand by. There we go. Okay, let's look at this. So I got to digging in. First of all, the problem with the Lomi product is it's going to cook all the water and all the active organisms out of whatever it's composting. Composting needs the microbes to break down those nutrients into something called compost. It's, you know, but when you bake it to death, you don't have compost, you just have organic waste. So it kind of defeats the purpose right there. But here's the other interesting wow, I can't speak today. Interesting tidbit. Again, this is linked in the dirty dirt below. The EPA has a guide of how to do it at home. And the really neat thing is that there's multiple ways you can do it. And none of them require electricity. They're not baking anything. So it's already more ecologically friendly because you're not expending a large amount of electricity to boil off the water in what you're composting. And it works in your backyard. There's products you can buy for your backyard to do this, you know, to hold the compost and keep it at that temperature so it can do that. But the other thing is I got to thinking, well, what about those people who live in a suburban area or, you know, in an apartment building or whatever where they can't compost? Well, it turns out there's some options. So if you get into this, in the state of California, there's all kinds of community composting, and I'm sure there are other states that also offer this, or other neighborhoods where you can do that as a cooperative effort, which is beautiful. But one of the things that really caught me off guard is my local trash service offers composting. It's really neat. They give me a bin for my yard waste as well as my food waste. They take it and compost it. So again, And they're doing this as a big heap, without electricity to do that. And I would argue is probably already something that many Americans already pay for, whether in California or not. And it's a service that you should leverage. Again, it's more earth friendly. It's available to you, and you're probably already paying for it instead of getting into a subscription service with a countertop modified bread maker that's going to shoot up your electricity bill and just boil off water and kill off the organic components in whatever you're supposedly composting. So Lomi not only is a scam, but it's also unethical. And I would, again, this is the amount of information I found here is about 20 minutes this morning when I decided to go dig this out. I'm sure the legal review for the Lomi advertising contract with MeidasTouch Network took more than 20 minutes to review. Maybe a better vetting process would be worthwhile considering for MeidasTouch. On another subject of MeidasTouch and the problems that they're causing for what their mission really is, I want you to look at something. We go to video titles here. Every title is an outrage title. Every single last one of them. There's a thing called fatigue here. And it, not everything is as loud or as important as they think it is. They need to take a step back, tone it back, and weed out a lot of this stuff. Some of it's just outrage clicks, trying to build that network, trying to get more subscribers for the sake of outrage. Sure, lots of things that all these people have done are outrageously awful. However, it's a bit much. It's time to, I know you're driven by the click machine. And it's driving you to become the liberal Fox News. And that's not a good thing. It's not helping you, and it's not helping people understand what's going on. Anyways, I hope some people find this and see some wisdom in it. You're welcome to criticize me, of course. Again, I have no affiliation with anyone. I've never tried the Lomi product. This is basically on my own research I've found online based on the reviews. So I could be completely wrong. Y'all can yell at me in the comments. Anyways, I hope you all have learned something.